So moving on to part two of the Resident Evil 4 review. So here is a picture of the Iron Maiden that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, this was for me. I'm trying to think what was the most terrifying, top three terrifying enemies. I would say the Regenerator, that was in my top two, and hold on, let's have a look. Yeah, I'd say that was in probably my top number one actually, and that's saying something because there is a lot of bosses on this game. So this is a picture of the bosses, but bear in mind the ones in the black and the red, you don't fight them. They're just basically henchmen of the little guy, Salazar, Ramon Salazar in the middle basically. But so starting from the left, you've got El Gigante, and they're quite easy to fight. The first encounter you get with them, if you save the white dog that's caught in a bear trap, you save him or her. That actually helps you in the first encounter of the El Gigante fight. And the next fight after that, you've got the tall guy at the back, which is Mendez. As I say on the previous video, he reminds me of Mr. X. Thinner version, obviously, in the face. And obviously got a beard, but, the characteristics of him, what he wears, it just reminds me of Resident Evil 2, Mr. X. And then the next one you've got is Jack Krauser. For me, it was just annoying. With him, the first encounter with him is all about knife fighting. So the first encounter with Jack Krauser is a knife fight basically, and then the second time is later towards the end of the game when you can use guns on him, and it basically just mutates with two massive razor sort of arms, and he eventually succumbs, and yeah. And then we got Osmond Sadler. So this is a picture of Osmond Sadler, and he reminded me during the cutscenes, I don't know why, of Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter. It's just the face, It just reminds me of Ralph Fiennes. If he had like the snake eyes, or this look like the nose like a snake, it'd be a dead ringer for Lord Voldemort. I thought that was just funny, but his fight was, well, yeah, that was quite intense. This is what he turns into. So this is basically your last fight with the Resident Evil 4. And obviously, anyone that plays the Resident Evil games, if you dealt this in front of you, you know what to do. You go for the eyes, you shoot the eyes anywhere. And I can't remember how many eyes he had that I had to shoot, but I did shoot quite a lot because also you got his eye in the middle as well. And when you actually do some damage to him, he actually goes down, and you have to, stab his eye in the middle. But yeah, after that was it was quite a good game, kind of terrifying in my opinion. The bit when you have to play as Ashley, you have to go through a library. There's suits of armor that come to life. Ashley can't defend herself. All she can do is run, and all you've got is a little blue, torch. And it's not a torch, is it? It's like a lantern. You have a little lantern. You have to go around this library, and I actually missed something in there because I was just that terrified. I was that terrified I just wanted to get out of there. Yeah, that was involving puzzles and that was just to get back into the main hall where Leon was, to get a key to let him out. But I hated that bit. That was one of the worst parts in the game, you know, when you're playing as her. Another bit I found annoying, when you've got Ashley with you, you know, in the parts you got Ashley with you and you've got enemies near you, they often try to take her away, so they try and grab her and run off with her. So literally you have to deal with them and deal with getting her back, basically, you know. And the worst parts of these things, they're like, I've got to try and get a picture. So these, for me, out of all the like the normal little enemies you get in the castle, these are the worst ones. And these are, if you have one of these in the room, your main focus is to kill this first, because they tell all the other like enemies that are in the room to either, you know, bust their heads off, so they have that parasite sticking out, which makes it 10 times as harder to kill them. And yeah, they make Leon go dizzy and, you know, disorientated and stuff, and it's just really makes it really hard to, you know, to kill enemies. So if you see one of these about and you're playing the game, you see one of these about in the room, the first thing to do is to kill these, to eliminate them, because they're the, you know, they're one of the hardest ones to get, in my opinion. I think once you've done them, then you've got less of a chance of these things growing, you know, parasite heads. So yeah, I'm trying to think the worst parts of that game was to me. The most intense part, I'd say, you know, atmosphere, was the library when you're playing as Ashley. Also the part when there's two other parts when you're down, I think it's the labs or something, and you've got Vertigo after you. So you've either got two ways to deal with him. Either you shoot you put every single bullet that you have in him, and also use these special things on the wall that make it's like hydrogen, so it freezes him and slows him down, because he is really fast. So you need to do that and then shoot him, or you wait for this lift to come down and then you just run in it and just get out. But he does drop things. I think he has dropped a treasure or something, I think. So, you know, if you want that treasure, kill him. But so yeah, we got that one. And then my next one, I'd say tops. I'd put this in the tops. I'd put this in probably first. I'd probably put this before the library. Is the Gyarados, the regenerators. Because when you're in their layer and you're like, because I read about it obviously, and I come to this part and I was like, yeah, this looks familiar. Why does this look like it's, you know, something bad's going to happen? And it's when you have to do a number of puzzles to upgrade your card, basically, to get through the doors. And these like, one comes out and it's like, you think, what the hell is that? So you shoot it, and if you don't know about them, you're like, why is it not dying? And the most annoying thing is when they slither around the room like a fucking snake, and then they try and lunge at you. And the worst part is when they turn into the Iron Maidens as well, because I just hate them. They're just horrible. So yeah, I'd say they're my first. A lot of people said that they are the worst enemy that you can get in Resident Evil 4, because they just regenerate. You know, other ones, you shoot them, they go down, they die. These things, you shoot them, and if you're not looking, like I said in the previous video, if you're not shooting them with that special laser and that special scope that shows you where the parasites are in their body, it's like you might as well throw your bullets down the drain, because you're wasting them. You need that special scope to see where they are, and that's the only way to eliminate them. But I try, if I can, to just avoid them if I can, you know, and get out of that area. But and obviously if you have to go back into that area, you've got to deal with them again, so you might as well just deal with them there and then they're not a threat no more. And so yeah, that was quite a good game. I did enjoy it. I don't know if I'll play it again, to be honest. So yeah, thanks for watching.